Hi, morning, welcome to another Costa Women Hangout on there with me, Fiona Catchpole. And my special guest today is the lovely Deborah Geater. Good morning, Deborah.
Good morning.
You're looking very glamorous today in a very busy office.
Yeah, well, my office is always busy. I think that's a polite way of saying very untidy office. But yes, my office is very busy. And of course, it's Saturday morning. So I shall shortly be off to Funky Vocals because it's
I
Saturday
was
morning.
just looking at your musical earrings there, and I was just about to ask you, is that for a special thing? So
Yeah, just going off to sing. So doing my little plug for Funky Vocals. Saturday morning, 12:30. Thursday evening, 6:30. Dominique's on the Paseo.
in Fuengirola, isn't it? Because don't forget, this goes out to ladies all over, all Costa women all over, but we are both based on the Costa del Sol.
Yes, we are.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and how you firstly got involved with Costa Women.
Well, I've been living down just outside Mijas for 8 years, and 2 or 3 years ago, I saw an email or something on Facebook about Costa Women, and thought, oh, that looks interesting, and so I signed up for the newsletter and been receiving the newsletter regularly ever since. But it was over a year before I actually got to go to any of the events, and absolutely loved it, and now I go to as many as I possibly can, including the amazing do that we had on Wednesday, which
Yeah,
was
I was just going
fun.
to say that, talking about events, we had a fab time on Wednesday, didn't we? And you certainly look like you're enjoying yourself in the pictures that I took.
Yes, I think everybody enjoyed it on Wednesday. It was an absolutely super evening, and all credit to the organisers. Yeah.
But you have been a bit of a jet setter this week because you've also had a very busy week. You were in London on Tuesday. Tell us why you were in London and what were you involved with?
Okay, yeah. Well, having organised a table for Wednesday with yourself and some of my other lovely friends from Costa Women, I suddenly needed to go to London on Tuesday, so I literally flew on Tuesday and then back on Wednesday to get back for the event. But the reason I went over there was because my very dear friend Dion and I were launching a charity. And we had the big launch event in London, in Bloomsbury, on Tuesday night. And although I literally flew in that afternoon. I was the first one to get there because there was horrendous problems with the underground and things on Wednesday, and everybody else was late. But we had the most amazing evening. We had some incredible speakers, including the first and only woman chief prosecutor in the UK. She covers the northwest of England, and she was so inspirational. Just her life story and how she'd been told when she was a girl. She'd been to a comprehensive school, and she was told no way could she be a lawyer. The most she could ever think of doing was being a legal secretary. Now she is chief prosecutor for the northwest of England. We had
Let's just rewind a moment though. Tell me a little bit about the charity and what that's called and how you got involved with that.
Sure. Right. So She Shines Global. We are partnering with WeCare.org, who are a charity in the States, and they build solar suitcases which get sent all around the world. I think there are now about 750 of these things out in places where there's either no electricity or very flaky electricity, and where people basically are dying because there isn't proper medical equipment and surgery and this sort of thing. And Dion, my friend, is a midwife. And her passion is trying to reduce the level of fatality during childbirth. And so many women, especially in places in Africa, are dying during childbirth because there's no light,
Mm-hmm.
because there's no power. I spoke to a lovely lady who lives in Norfolk the other day, who spends her annual leave. She's a midwife, and she goes out to various places in Africa during her annual leave, and she says she has conducted cesarean sections by torchlight.
Oh,
So,
my goodness.
yeah.
So these
what,
suitcases are going to bring light and electricity to areas that don't have it, and subsequently life too.
absolutely, absolutely. So we are going to try and save lives by identifying particular areas and people, and following these suitcases. I think we've just about raised enough money for our first one, which
That's
is
fabulous.
and we're working very closely with the parent charity in the States, and we're hoping to find, through people that we actually know, so people who are like the lady in Norfolk who goes out to these places, where we can actually identify a specific area, a need, and then we will send these suitcases out and then follow them, and follow the progress and see just how many lives we managed to save.
That's absolutely cool. I mean, it started, isn't it? It was Dion's birthday, and she said instead of having presents, I would like to raise money for the solar suitcases.
That was her original idea, was that she just wanted to buy one. She was saying, instead of having a birthday party, she was just going to invite some people to come along, and donate some money, and then see if we could to buy one. But then you and I got involved in helping her out, and the project sort of taken off a bit. We now have much bigger plans, and we don't want to just send one somewhere. We want to make this an ongoing thing. We are actually going to set up a proper legal charity, so She Shines Global will be a proper charity in its own right, not just part of wecaresolar.org, so that we can carry on doing this, as for her and I and anybody else who want to become involved, as an ongoing thing, and just see how many lives we can save.
And now the event, it was all motivational speakers for women, midlife women, wasn't it? Tell us now a little bit about the event, because I know you were absolutely buzzing when you came back about the event, because there's two sides to it really. There's the fact that we're able to raise funds for these solar suitcases, but it was also supporting and empowering women as well.
Yes, it was. And so the four lady speakers that we had, so we had the chief prosecutor from the Northwest, we had a lady doctor, we had another lady who runs Heals UK, which is a charitable organisation that look after people who fall through the social security system. So when they can't get help from anywhere else, and she originally set it up just in her local town, for people in her local town, and now she's been asked by the government to basically run it through and set it up throughout the country. And the final speaker we had was a very, very high senior executive from Royal Bank of Scotland, who again is very interested in empowering women in business, not only just in Royal Bank of Scotland, but throughout business. And all four of these ladies were just such an inspiration to everybody that was there, and the comments that we were getting from the floor, and everybody left there not only on a high for nearly having raised enough money for the suitcase, but also having received so much spiritual, inspirational wisdom from these four wonderful ladies.
That sounds wonderful. I'm guessing it's something we'll probably look at having annually, but it's a lovely way of linking the Costa women as well. Perhaps we can get them to relocate and do the event over here.
Well, that is our plan. Definitely, definitely, we will get Dion to come over here, and we will have some sort of event like we did there, and obviously all the Costa women will be invited to come along, and we'll see if we Maybe get a
Yeah,
cost.
so in about 4 weeks or so, it was $1,600 or thereabouts, isn't it? That the event has raised, and now it's going to be an ongoing process. And like you say, there'll be the charity set up, and we will get the website up and sorted very soon.
Yes, well, as you know, we've been having a few technical difficulties, and I have my end as well. And in the end, I've resorted sorting my little bit out with a piece of paper and an email. But anyway, there we go. Hopefully by Monday, the She Shines Global website will be up and running, and offering people opportunities to donate and contribute or sign up for our newsletter. Dion and I are going to be working on the first version of the newsletter this weekend, so that will go out to anybody who requests it. And I would love to hear from any of the Costa women who either know people who work in the field, know people who are midwives, and or have contacts with people in hospitals in Africa, in Asia, wherever there is a need. But we very much want to do it personally.
Yeah.
So that we know exactly where these suitcases are going, and follow them.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, that is. And then people can relate to what they've actually done, what they've achieved, and what the ongoing results of it is, because it's not just once, is it? That Sealer suitcase is going to last a very, very long time and save lives on a daily basis. So listen, thank you so much for finding a little slot in your busy day to speak to me, and I will let you away now, and I will let Patricia carry on with the hoovering. I am in the very exotic playwrights this morning, bright and early, and you can go off to your funky vocals and start doing your warm-up exercises.
Yep. All right, my dear. Well, thank you very much. Lovely to talk to you. Lovely to talk to all the Costa women out there as well.
And we'll put all the details on the bottom of the video so everybody can contact you.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Fiona. Have a great weekend.
And you. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.